There we go.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Bedford County Sports Live. I'm Bill Anderson, your host, and what a big show we've got today. We've got some championship-winning Harris Middle School guys. Wonderful. Coach Evans, introduce everybody.
Blake Kennedy, he's defense coordinator. Ryan Hornberger, defensive backs, wide receiver coach, and Ricky Maggart, linebackers coach.
Another year, another championship.
Yes.
Tell us about the game real quick, your championship game. That was exciting.
Added some gray hairs. Took some years off of life. It was a close game. It was Bridgeforth. We already played them earlier in the year and had a lot of breaks go our way that game, and played them in the championship. And it was a tough game. They were ready for us, and we took them into overtime and ended up winning. So it was a 40-34 tight game all the way around.
3 years in a row.
Played for championship 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
Won it 2 years in a row.
Well,
Yeah. We lost the first one, got hit by the ugly COVID word the morning of the championship. So we lost the first one due to that. And but we have won regular season 3 years in a row. So
that's a nice trophy right there, guys.
Yes, sir.
Y'all really got the program going. Talk to me a little bit, coaches, about how the mirror of what you do with the high school, because I think we see the success that Central's having. We come back to the success you're having, and it all works together.
Yes.
it's a big part. Like I said, anytime we have any questions, what we want to add in, put in, take out, terminology wise, and everything goes through Coach Dryden and his staff over there. We try to make sure that we mirror everything they do. And like I said, we've had kids come to us the past 2 years now that we've sent over, and how much far ahead they are when they get over there as far as terminology. And I mean, it rolls over and it's starting to show.
It's definitely
Friday nights, it's starting to show already.
Offensively, in the championship game, then talk to me about your running back a little bit. That was a really nice run.
Well, he's a pretty good running back. I enjoy having him. He makes me look like a lot better coach. I mean, Torian, he's a heck of a running back. He don't go down easy. He's not one that's going to juke and jive and try to, juke everybody. He puts his foot in the ground, gets upfield quick, and he's hard to get a hold of. And there's a lot of times when it may be down the distance where most teams would want to throw. But for us, I mean, I had him in my ear all year, just run the ball, pound a rock. And no matter what the down and distance was, it's always a good option to give Torian the ball. And late in the game, it was I think it was 3rd and 12, and we just ran a toss because that's what was going to be open. And he broke it for a touchdown, tied it up, and that's what put us in overtime.
And defensively in the championship game, had a nice stand right there too, Coach.
At key times, there was right there at the beginning at the end of the first half, we had a goal line stand that kept them from going up 2 possessions going into halftime, and then right there at the end of regulation, they were driving on us, and we kind of dug in and sunk in there inside the 30 to keep them from going.
What was so impressive to me, guys, was the crowd you had at this game. I mean, y'all had a great crowd.
Yes, sir.
Great environment.
Yep.
Yes, we are starting to enjoy the community support and stuff for Harris Middle School back again.
Oh, yeah.
And again, it helps. And Patrick Hasty, your principal, is an athletic-minded principal.
Yes, sir.
And he is definitely a football guy.
Yes, sir.
That helps a bunch.
That helps a lot.
Commend you, kids. How are we looking for next year?
Well, we've got 5 starters coming back out of 22. So last year, after we went undefeated, we had 0 starters coming back. So we started from scratch. This year, we got 5 guys coming back, and they're going to be key players. We got some other guys that they got some playing time throughout the year. They weren't starters, but they're going to be able to step in, and they're going to be able to fill a starting role. So we've got a good base coming, and I'm already hitting the hallways recruiting other guys. So I've got some guys saying that they're interested, and we'll see how it goes when we start off-season conditioning.
When you have success like you're having here, it's easier to get kids to want to play.
It's a lot easier to play for a winner, yeah. A lot of kids, they want to play for a winner. They want to be part of something. And when we've already got that winning tradition established, it's easier to say, hey, come on, look what we've already done, not come on, be part of something we want to do.
Right.
So we've got a lot of guys that a lot of guys coming back on the team, even if they weren't starters. We've got more coming back this year than we did last year, and then we've got a lot of guys interested in the building. So I think we're going to be okay.
Well, today's show is brought to you by First Bank here in Shelbyville, Kincaid Service Company, and Hernandez Tree Service. How does it work with this D1 before you get your kids? Talk to me a little bit about the program below y'all. How does that work?
Trey Stewart, he's the president over the Youth Football League.
Okay.
So you got D1, it's 5, 6, 7-year-olds, D2, that's 8, 9-year-olds, and then D3 is up to 7th grade. So 7th grade's got the option to play D3. 6th and 7th grade's got the option to play D3 or middle school ball.
Okay.
But they finally, we've got D3. We've got some high school coaches feathered in there a little bit. That's really starting to work on that bridge as well.
How important is that to you guys to have that program in place coming to y'all?
It's huge.
It would be a tremendous help, yeah.
Very huge. I mean, it's the same difference with us as it is for us for our kids going to Central.
Right.
You know, the base is already there.
Mm-hmm.
We can just start expanding on it.
And this way you don't have 6th graders playing 8th graders.
Right.
You got
Right.
6th graders playing 6th graders.
Right.
Yeah.
And it keeps probably more kids involved and more kids out.
Yes, sir.
All of our best players came from that league. Every one of them came up through it.
Every one of them.
How often do you find a kid in the hallway that's never played, and then they come out and they play for you and they play well?
We did this year.
We had a couple of
Did
them
it this
year.
Right.
Jaden Hernandez was one of them. He'd never played any sports before. I had him in class in 7th grade. He got on the basketball team, and I talked to him a little bit. I was like, "Hey, you're athletic enough to play basketball. You want to play football next year?" "I've never played football, Coach." "Well, you want to do it this year?" "Yeah, well, I'll try it." So he came out, and at the very beginning of spring practice, he was our starting quarterback. And then we had another kid come back that we thought was going to move away. Long story short, Jaden ended up starting on offense and defense for us, and he was a big help all year long.
He's the one that had the big catch in the championship game.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Like 3 or 4 minutes left, the big 60-yard.
He had a couple
He
interceptions
did a
this
couple
year.
of those.
Yep.
Yeah.
With your conference, your CTC conference, what schools make up the conference?
It's East and a West now. We've got Lewisburg, E.O. Kaufman, us, and then Bridgeforth in the West. And in the East, we've got the traditional rivals that we've got. We've got Warren County, Tullahoma, North Middle, and Coffee County.
And that's nice because the travel's not so bad either, right?
Right.
Except when you got to go to Kaufman. That's
Yeah.
kind of a little
Lawrenceburg and Pulaski Pulaski's about like going to Warren County. It ain't too bad.
Yeah.
Right.
And we had to go to Pulaski, Warren County, and Lawrenceburg this year.
Yes.
A lot of traveling this year.
So next year it'll swap back, and they'll be coming to you this next
Right.
time, right?
Well, we'll have to go to Warren regular season because Warren come over here during regular
Right.
season. We went over our playoffs, but Kaufman and Pulaski both has to come here.
And all
Next year.
y'all's games are played at the high school.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All of them.
Yes.
All the home games. Yes,
All
sir.
the home games are. How does it work over at Bridgeport? Do they play at their high school?
Yeah, they play it. Well,
They play
they call it
it
where Giles County plays.
where
their
Giles
high school
County
games.
High School plays theirs. They call it the Brickyard. It's in the city park, and I mean it's a nice stadium.
facility.
It
It's
is.
Very
it's
nice facility.
like small colleges. Some of them don't have quite as nice as that facility is down there.
Big solid glass press box, air conditioning, all that stuff.
Right.
So, which me and David don't ever get to enjoy that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. These other two do.
Absolutely.
Guys, congratulations. Thank you for the job you've done for the kids. Thank you for what you've done for the community. And I know Coach Dryden would thank you
Appreciate you.
because I
Oh,
think
yeah.
a big part of what Coach Dryden's doing now starts right here with you guys.
Yeah.
Well, I told him the other night when he come off the show with you, I was like, I texted him. I said, "Thank you for the shout out and the appreciation, and thank you for allowing us to be a part of it." Because I mean, there's a lot of coaches out there, and I'm not giving you my stuff. I don't. I mean,
Mhm.
and I mean, it's open book. Anything we need,
That's right.
it's
Hey,
there.
guys, I'm a little worried. Coach Dryden may not come back on with us now. He's been on 104.5 for 20 minutes. this morning. Great job by Coach Dryden on there, too, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, he may big time not do the show with me anymore. Little old Bedford County Sports Live won't cut it. He can go on 104.5.
Right.
Beautiful trophy. Congratulations, guys. Thanks for being with us. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we got to get Coach Parker and the boss man, David Thomas, in here. But we'll be back in just a minute.
Jackson Bay?
No, I went to a
No.
high school. I went to a high school game.
Oh, heck. All right, guys, here we are back in here with Bedford County Sports Live. We got things swapped around. We appreciate those guys being with us this morning, Bill. Good job as always.
Yeah, a lot of prep went into that too.
Yeah,
we
I know
scripted
it.
everything, didn't we, Coach?
Yes, sir.
But let's talk about some high school football from last night. Bill, you got some scores for us?
Well, first of all, Shelbyville defeats Spring Hill 44-23, and last night Rocky Chandler 9 rushes, 239 yards, 2 touchdowns. William Bobo has 3 interceptions. Michael Threed has a 60-yard catch for a touchdown. And I think the game was 30-8 at the half, I believe was the score, and it winds up being 44-23. So Shelbyville moves to 6-1. Big win for Shelbyville last night, of course. And, of course, next week, region game again with Lawrence County. And that's a long road trip, as you well know, Coach. Heading down to Lawrenceburg, always a nice bus ride.
Yes.
Chevrolet game last night at one time, right before halftime. Spring Hill scored, thank David, what made it like 18 to – they cut it within a touchdown. Then Chevrolet hits the long pass. Man, was that was pretty – you could tell when it left his hands, it was money. Yeah. They went in and scored with less than a minute before the half, which was a quick answer, and then turn around. They get the ball in the second half.
But we had another opportunity to kick a field goal right at the very end because of that
Bobo,
or was it
somebody got a penalty?
It was Bobo's. Yeah, he had 3 interceptions last night.
Sure
William Bobo had 3, and that was a big chance there to put on 3 more.
But it was a long kick.
Yeah, you come in the second half, you go in. I think we hit a long run, scored.
First play of the third quarter.
First play of the third quarter, and then second play of the third quarter, their quarterback doesn't catch the gun snap. All right, I'll just go that way. The gun snap. Shelby recovers it on the 1. So in less than 2 minutes, Shelby scored 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
2 minutes. I mean, halftime was in there, but
had some injuries last night. Left tackle goes out, lost a corner in the game, and that's good that Coach Dryden's got the depth that he's got. Right. And while you've got that depth and playing people, when that happens, that you can keep going.
But as a coach, Coach Dryden's going to use this.
Oh yeah,
because his team was not on their toes.
No.
They were not on their toes.
It was homecoming week. You had distractions.
Coming off bye week.
Coming off a bye.
I tell you, sometimes a bye week can break up that momentum.
I don't disagree with you.
So next week is going to be get the momentum back.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And we go. Who we play next week?
Next week we go to Lawrence County.
Lawrence County down there.
Finish up with 2 home games.
Yeah, home games. 2 big home games.
One of them's a pretty big game anyway, because somebody's supposed to be cooking fish that I caught.
Yeah.
Yeah, October 20th.
October 20th.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Lincoln County game, big fish fry.
When you gonna start cooking that? Like 3 o'clock in the afternoon?
2, probably 3 o'clock, somewhere in that neighborhood. Randy Clanton is going to be cooking with me as always. Hush puppies, white beans, fish. We're going to have potato salad, coleslaw, and homemade desserts too. So that's going to be a big time and a big night.
All right.
Well, also their pink out game.
Oh, I forgot
pink
about
out.
It's also the
breast cancer awareness. Yeah. All right. That's a good cause. Bill, why don't you give us some other scores from around our region?
Well, Tullahoma's starting to really roll here, and that's lining up for something maybe special at the end of the year. They beat Warren County last night, 37-0. Warren County, I think it's a 6A school. Columbia, inside the region, wins 18-6 over Franklin County. Sequatchie County beat Grundy County 58-6. I thought this score was interesting, guys. Marion County 21, Forest 12. Forest held their own with them.
And through a couple of picks, they said very well could have, because I was up and getting some message from Jack. Forest very well could have. They're probably upset with themselves because they let one get away.
And I would have thought Marion County would have pummeled them.
You and I both.
I really would have. So Forest did well. Marshall County 58, Montgomery Central 0. And the reason I'm bringing that score up, Marshall County, since Shelbyville beat them, hadn't lost a football game.
No. They're actually ranked top 10 in the state 4A right now.
So that looks like a pretty impressive win. Giles County, no surprise, 56. Grundy County 6. And Webb had a rough night. Lose to Davidson County 56-0.
We knew that was.
And Moore County, how about them guys? Undefeated. They beat Collingwood last night, 35-6.
They had a kid that had a great game, and I didn't even know his name. rushed for like 180 yards. So they're becoming not just the white kid at quarterback, the coach's son, but they've got other playmakers that are stepping up around him.
Yeah,
Right.
they're rolling.
They're going to be tough to beat.
They'll go deep in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Community last night had homecoming, had a parade before the game. I know
First one,
Coach Grooms was really excited about the parade. I could
Right.
tell when we interviewed him on Wednesday, he was really tore up about it. And
He seemed excited.
I think that's the first one they'd had at their school
I think so.
for a long time.
But last night, tough loss, 58-14, Sequatchie County.
Sequatchie County's pretty good.
Yeah, they're a good ball team. Of course, community in that rebuilding mode, and they are where they
Like
are.
He says freshmen, sophomores,
Yeah.
freshmen,
sophomores. It's tough. It's tough. But, and as Kenny always says, there'll be sophomores and juniors next year.
Yeah, sophomores and juniors, and then juniors and
And
seniors.
Yep. So got something to build on there. And of course, did you give us the web score?
Well, it's 56 to nothing. That's just a tough year for them.
Yeah. So
That move up was just rough.
And they don't get their kids.
Right.
And you don't know from one year to the next who you're going to have.
Cascade, of course, had the night off of their bye week. Who do they play next week? Cannon County. They play
It'll
Cannon.
be their senior night next week, Cannon County.
It's our last home game, isn't it?
Last home game. Mm-hmm.
All right. So, and then Central goes to Lawrence County.
And community's got to go to Giles County.
Oh, gosh, I know. And Giles County beat Grundy County 56-6 last night. So, tough road ahead for community next week. But they got to line up and play. You never know what's right.
You don't never know.
You're going to give away 2 tickets. Let's do a trivia question, David. I've got one for everybody. Let's see if I can get it. 1987, Shelbyville Central High School went undefeated.
Hold on. We got a problem with the stupid camera. We might have to restart.
Okay.
That thing right there has been coming unplugged just randomly.
It's on now.
It's
now.
Is it? All right, guys. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We had something come unplugged, but Bill, you've got a trivia question
let's
for us.
give
It's
away
giving
two tickets to the Fish Fry.
Fish Fry.
1987, the Shelbyville Golden Eagles went undefeated. We had 2 really good tailbacks that year. Tell me who the 2 tailbacks were in 1987 on the undefeated team.
I know who it is.
I do too.
I can't answer. I coached it.
I know.
I know you did.
Can't answer, but we're waiting for somebody to type in.
No,
Give us the answer.
87.
1987.
2 years. I
That was
It would
started
have been
in
my
89.
graduating year of
That was-
88. It would be the
it
87
was
football
Coach
season.
Crawford's
Coach Crawford
last
was the
year.
coach his last season.
Hey, they actually had 3.
They did.
Yeah,
good backs
3.
that
But I'm
year.
just going for
But
the 2. And
The
one of them.
sophomore, the sophomore came in and played some quite
Well,
a bit.
well, then there was 4.
Yeah.
And one of them went
Well,
to one of these kids went to the University of Tennessee on a scholarship from Coach Johnny Majors.
Because they played the smokestack eye.
They did.
Yeah.
They had 3 backs, and then the sophomore that came in off the bench didn't.
But that guy on that tail end was
Pretty good.
He was
Pretty
a
good.
good,
good.
might be one of the best ever played.
Yep.
At Central.
Well,
So who is it, guys? Y'all got a chance. Type in those answers. Those 2 running backs.
2 running backs.
1987.
I saw something. I was in Green Bay last week, and I took opportunity to go to a high school game. Saw really good 2 top 10 teams in the state. Really good football game. Team that won plays like I like to play. You know, I talked to their
3
dad.
yards in a cloud of dust.
I talked to his dad before the quarterback. I didn't know it. I said, he said, well, my son's a starting quarterback. I said, well, what kind of offense y'all run? He said, all I know is he gets the snap from the center and he'll either hand it to 22 or 25. He said, we'll throw about 6 times a game. But the team they played had 22 assistant coaches.
Wow.
22 assistant coaches. They had a freshman team, a sophomore team, a JV team, and a varsity team. About like Texas. But they got smacked.
Sounds like CPA to me.
Yeah.
No, CPA is
Got 100 kids out.
CPA don't have that many kids there.
How many they got?
Back when I was playing them, they had 55, 50.
I was telling me it was close to 100 now.
Well,
Wow.
And that school ain't that big. I mean, that's
No,
not the enrollment's not
well,
that big.
Engle does it, and there's a lot of not collegiate. There's a lot of collegiate players on that. A lot of professional people that help with CPA also.
I was listening to 104.5 when I was listening to Coach Dryden before, and they were talking about how Lipscomb. Who did they lose to last night? But it was they basically it was 4th and goal at the 1 inch line, and they got turned away. It was NBA beat them.
Yeah, 4th and a half yard.
Half yard.
Less than a minute left to go in the game, and had a goal line stand.
Well, guys, let's shift gears into college. But before we do, we want to thank our sponsors again. We want to thank First Bank, Kincaid Service Company, and Hernandez Tree Services. If you need any kind of tree work done, Rocky's the guy to call at Hernandez Tree Services.
We still hadn't had a winner.
No winners yet.
I'm getting hungry.
And again, the question is 1987 Cheville Central High School went undefeated. Who were the two running backs?
And let them know who the coach was that year.
Tom Crawford.
Tom Crawford was the coach of that team. They went on and got beat at McMinn County.
Played against Shazan Bradley.
Yeah.
All right. So if you know the answer to that question, you'll win 2 tickets to the Cheville Central Fish Fry, which is on October the 20th out at Cheville Central High School. Just type those answers in if you know them. All right, let's shift gears now to college. We got some interesting games in the SEC coming up, and we got one game. We've got 2 future SEC teams heading off against each other this week. Oklahoma at Texas. And I'm going to ask you, what do you think about that? Oklahoma's ranked like 12th. Texas is up there in the top, the top 3. Kenny, what do you think about that one?
Be a good ball game, but I'm still thinking I think Texas may be the team that people are going to have to reckon with this year before it's all said and done.
But I think Oklahoma's going to give them a ball game.
Well, it's always a ball game. Most of the time.
That's the Red River rival.
Pretty good.
Blake, what are you thinking on that one?
Texas coming out.
Yeah. I'm going with Texas, Bill.
I'm going with Texas, but I'm going to say Oklahoma covers the line at 6.5. I think it's going to be a close ball game.
Close ball
Texas.
Game. All right.
And it's going to be your normal Big 12 game. It's going to be a shootout. They ain't going to be no defense.
It's not a Big 12 game. It's an SEC game.
Yeah.
In the Big 12 this year.
All right. Let's look at Alabama at Texas A&M. Kenny, what about your Tide, buddy? Are they going?
They better play. I mean, they better play. It'll be a big ball game. You know, A&M will be up for it.
It's at A&M. Tough place to play.
Both of them got a loss.
Yeah, that 12th man's tough down there.
Yeah, but I still like our chances.
Do you think Alabama will pull it off?
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree. I think Alabama will pull it off. I think it'll be close.
Alabama in a close one. All right. Vandy at Florida. Who is Florida? That's my question.
They will be there today.
They will be there today.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
They'll just out physical.
All right. At home,
of course.
All right. Now, this is the one that could be spoiler alert.
No, it's not.
It's not?
No, it's not.
Kentucky at Georgia.
No.
No? Okay. So you're predicting Georgia and
the dogs will bite.
The dogs will bite. How hard?
Hard.
Okay.
I think it'll be Georgia in a close one. I think Kentucky will keep it close.
Line's 14.5. Kentucky will cover the spread.
I agree with you.
Close one. Game.
Close one.
You think
maybe a
it's
10-point game. 10 points.
I think Georgia will cover.
All right.
They're disappointed from last week.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You can tell Kirby's not happy.
No. Arkansas at Ole Miss.
Arkansas trending the wrong way to me. I mean, I was expecting more from them this year.
I think Kiffin's.
He's starting to get it rolling.
That's right.
He put 55 on LSU.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ole Miss.
All right. Western Michigan at Mississippi State. I don't know anything about Western Michigan, but Mississippi State at home, I think they're going to win.
I can tell you a little bit about Western Michigan. That's where I got my logo when I was coaching at Cascade.
That was
that's their Bronco. But Mississippi State's at Mississippi State.
I'm going to say this. The line's 21.5. I don't think Mississippi State can beat anybody by 21.5.
I don't think that either. I'm with you there, Bill.
I really don't. I don't think they can beat anybody by 21.5.
All right. LSU at Missouri. Missouri to me is a wild card. I know. This one is a wild card. Missouri, what are they? 5-0? 4-1? 5-0? They lost the game. They ain't played anybody.
The only thing here is LSU's defensively is not very good.
Well, I mean, there again, the same question we asked about Florida a while ago. What is LSU? Because, I mean, they've showed 2 or 3 different teams they can play every week.
I'm going with Missouri because I don't like the leadership at LSU.
Let me stop just for a second and talk about this. This is something I noticed this season more than ever. It seems like we have that conversation more. Who is that team? I look at Tennessee and I say, who are they?
I think it's got a lot to do with parity.
Yeah, that's what I was getting
I think
to.
it's got to, and because if you're two teams that are pretty close, and one team has a situation where we always say there's about 5 games that's going to decide the outcome of a game,
Right.
and it's usually the team when it's close that makes those 5. They can any game you pick just about can go that way, but.
Well, I mean, I'm a big Tennessee fan. I mean, when you ask any Florida fan that was around here that Tennessee week, Florida didn't beat us. Tennessee beat.
Yeah,
I mean, Florida
yeah.
fans even tell you Tennessee
And-
beat herself
And
down
I'll
that week.
tell you another thing. We used to say it's recruiting. No, it's the transfer portal.
It is now, yeah.
It's the transfer portal. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were watching we were watching a game, and every time somebody would make a play, well, this one came from Florida State. This one came from little old school here, and this one came from school. I mean, it's like they recruited none of them out of high school.
Yeah.
It's all where they came from in the portal.
Okay, so here's a question. Are coaches going to back off of pushing on the recruiting trail like
I
normal?
think you're seeing that at Alabama.
They're backing up
Yeah,
and just
have you-
watching.
I think you're seeing that at Alabama because he can't coach like he used to, because if he does, they'll walk out the door. Because kids don't want to be coached hard anymore.
Yeah.
And if you coach them hard, they'll go. Then you got not only will they go with the portal, they go with the NIL.
Yeah.
And
It's a money deal now too.
yeah, it's changing the game of the what. And the thing about it is, as a coach, the one that learns how to play the game the quickest is going to be successful. Now everybody else will start to catch back up. But you look at Kiffin. I bet Kiffin don't have 5 kids that started that he recruited out of high school.
Yeah.
Most of them portal, and most of the colleges are.
Watch, that's what Auburn is. Auburn's portal. That's where he's going to hit.
Yeah.
But
Bill.
the NIL thing has changed here a little bit, guys. Is at some point, unless you're a first-round draft pick, you might be better off to stay in school your NIL deal than the
That's
NFL
what
deal.
the kid from USC
Yes.
said. He said, I got five programs I'll go to. If not, I'll stay back and make another $3 million here at USC.
That's changed the game completely.
Sure.
Bill, you got one more game, Notre Dame, Louisville.
The reason I just found this one interesting because I think Notre Dame could be in some trouble at Louisville. Louisville's
Well, Notre Dame's had two games back to back that's brought
Right.
some, and then Louisville's not.
not bad.
They're not bad.
I seen a stat on that game the other day too, that Kentucky and Louisville both 5-0 for the first time, and I can't remember how many years it was for the state of Kentucky. It's,
Wow.
And if Kentucky
It's
were to
pretty crazy.
win, which they probably won't, and go to 6-0, it'll only be the second time or third time in school history they've ever been 6-0.
Mhm.
And I think that goes back to a former Crimson Tide coach being in Kentucky, Bear Bryant.
David Smith has just come in here. I know you're in football mode, but I like to shout out to the Lady Champs on their district championship and advancing to region play October 17th. Congratulations, Lady Champs, on that.
Soccer?
I believe that's correct.
It's got to be
Yeah,
soccer.
Soccer. And
Hey, one other thing while we're on that, the Harris Middle
Harris
School
Middle.
Yeah,
They
the
won.
girls won.
girls
their
soccer,
championship.
they had the perfect season and
Yeah.
ended up with the championship too.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, we put
Football
that out
won.
this past week. I saw
Football
that.
won on Thursday night, and the girls soccer team won on Saturday night. So
Yeah,
it was
right.
a good week at Harris
Yeah.
Middle School.
Yeah, awesome. Let's shift gears now and go into some pro football. Bill, have you got any Titans talk for us? Where we
Well, let's
what-
start with the London game tomorrow morning. Who's going to be up for that?
I'm not.
Not me.
Bills and Jags now.
I'm at question. Did the Jags just stay over there? Because didn't they play last
They
week?
stayed over there.
Now, was their game is England last week, or was it in London also?
It was in London also.
And are they going to play in the same stadium?
No, different stadium.
Okay.
This will be a different one. And then the next week, the Titans go over.
Yeah.
Titans Ravens
That's
will be over
Raven.
there.
Yeah.
Okay, so Titans got playing at Indy. All right. Important AFC South game.
Who are the Tennessee Titans?
I don't know.
I think you'll see a different team. They get their tackle back. I don't know how much he'll play.
He's not. He's out.
The right tackle.
Petit Ferrer that came back has already been ruled out.
Wow.
What happened?
I just don't think he's ready to play him yet. Maybe he's not in game shape. I don't know. He
Okay.
practiced all week, but
What
he's
about-
already been ruled out.
What about
Traylon Burks is ruled out.
What about 77?
He's playing.
Okay.
So you get your guard back.
Now, here's the thing. We've commented on this several times. Would he be better playing left tackle
I think so.
and 75 at the guard You have two youngers. You building up that shot.
At practice this week, Petit Ferrer, the right tackle that was suspended, was playing left tackle in practice. So I don't know if they're thinking maybe he's going to go to left and they're going to leave Hubbard at right.
Then what do you do with 75?
What do you do with Willard that you got at left tackle that you paid all that money to? Now, here's a question. They go up to Cleveland. They get hit in the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Then they come back at home and hit Cincinnati in the mouth the opposite way.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know which Titan team it is. Now, I'm going to say this. The Colts have some key players out. Payne, their best pass rusher, not going to play. Shaq Leonard is out. And their left tackle is out with a rookie quarterback.
Well, to me, Titans, it comes down to what the front three does on the defense side of the ball. If we can't get pressure with that front three, we're in for a long day.
Yeah,
I mean, we went to Cleveland. We could do zero pressure, and Cleveland busted us in the mouth.
Yes.
And then we come back home, and we put Joe Burrow on his back how many times last week?
Outside of the
they've
first
always
drive.
put Burrow on his
Yes,
back.
but I mean, and he was irrelevant last week.
First drives, Cincinnati scores a field goal, goes right down the field. After that, they didn't do nothing.
No.
I think it's I'm with you with the line, but I think it's the offensive line.
Derrick
Because
Henry ran the ball.
The
this
Titans
past
were
week.
able to run the ball. They could not run the ball at all against.
And I thought the play calling was a lot better from Tim Kelly in the Bengals.
Well, I was
game.
just asked too, where's Derrick Henry been all season until last week?
You can call plays when you're having success. It's hard to call plays. People don't realize, they think, hey, it's 1st and 10, so we got first down is critical in offensive play calling.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you aren't successful on first down, that makes second down. You've got to play what they call ahead of the chains.
Exactly.
And if you can get yourself in 3rd and 3 or less, your odds of making a first down are better. But that first down play is critical. And I really think, I don't know I think the Titans will be okay this week.
So you predicting a win?
I think so.
What about you?
It's going to be tough in Indy. It's going to be a close one either way.
I think they'll win.
The rookie quarterback gonna have some trouble without his left tackle. I think I don't think he's. This is what I heard.
Oh,
the
is he
radio
playing?
announcers
Is
say.
he back?
He's back. He's back last
Is
week.
the Taylor guy going to be running the ball for
They
Indy?
haven't decided. He's questionable game time decision.
Okay.
But the key thing here is I think the Richardson guy, I think he's just going out there and playing.
Well, here's the
That's
thing.
what the radio guy was telling Mike Keith, that he really didn't know the offense. He's just running around. Now, here's the question. Can we contain him? He's 244
Can we
pounds.
stop the pass?
I'm more worried about him running than I am passing.
Well, this kid can run it. I'm not worried about anybody running the ball against the Titans.
But we have in the past had trouble with mobile quarterbacks.
Well, everybody has trouble with mobile quarterbacks.
They're so hard to account
They're
for.
hard
And
to
he's so
account for.
big.
He is big.
He's one.
like-
You may have to just
he's
hold
like
on
a-
to him and wait for everybody
He's
to come
like
over
a
to get
Derrick
him on the
Henry
ground.
at a
Yeah,
quarterback
he's 244 pounds, 6'5".
Well, if the Titans can win this game up there,
It's huge.
it puts
Big.
them in control, I think, or not in
Well,
control,
no.
but edge up. Right
It
now,
helps
it's a
them. It
log
helps.
jam.
And here's the deal.
It puts him in the
It's
driver's
big,
seat
yeah.
for the South.
It-
I think so, too.
I think it's big for both of
Yeah,
everybody.
either way,
the whole,
whoever.
The whole division right
Yeah.
now is 2-2.
2-2.
2-2.
And Jacksonville has a
Jacksonville
loss to the
at
Texans.
Buffalo, and Jacksonville playing at Buffalo.
They're not going to
All
beat
right.
Buffalo.
They're not going to beat Buffalo, and I think Atlanta beats the Texans.
I do
Well,
not.
Here's
The Texans
the
are
thing.
playing good football right
the
now.
team is the Texans.
I
Uh-huh.
think
They
so.
are
All right, it'll be
playing
interesting
ball.
to watch who shows up when this week.
Stroud looks like the real deal at quarterback to me.
Well, guys, y'all are predicting the Titans win, right?
Yes.
At Indy. Blake.
It's
All right.
be close.
All right, I think they'll win in a close one. Well, guys, we need to wrap things up today, and we want to thank our sponsors, First Bank of Shelbyville, right here on Madison Street. Go by, visit Brent Kennedy and the gang down there for all your banking needs. Also, Kincaid Service Company. Service is their middle name, guys.
Marketing Kincaid. Go by and see him.
And Hernandez Tree Service. If you have anything that you need done, you need stump ground, you need a tree trimmed, tree cut down, get a hold of Rocky at Hernandez Tree Services. He will do you right, professional, courteous, and affordable. Guys, thanks for sitting down once again. We appreciate
Nobody
it.
got the trivia question.
Nobody got
Where
the
we
trivia.
at? Where we at this week now? What's going on? Chevel's going to Lawrenceburg. big ball game.
Big ball game.
Big ball game at Lawrenceburg.
Cascade and Cannon County.
At home. Last senior
And
night, last home game.
Giles County and Community.
Community goes to Giles County. What about our? We know, does Harris have do their soccer team? Does it? Do they
No,
move
they're
on?
done. They're done too. I'm
It's
pretty sure
over?
it's
Okay.
over.
Regional play for the girls is October 17th
Okay.
When does junior high basketball start?
for
It-
Cascade. For Cascade.
I know some of the smaller schools are starting this week. I know, like I got a niece that plays for Cornersville. They go to Liberty Thursday night.
And I'll tell you, I heard at the stands last night. I'm not sure where the Shovel Youth is playing, but I heard at the stands, Liberty and Cascade, all that youth program is at Cascade today. So you got a chance, you want
Yeah.
to see some of
A lot of football going on today
mhm.
besides college. We
County
got it
football,
locally in the county.
mhm.
All right, guys.
And we got our coaches shows coming up this week.
Right. Monday
Monday
we've
night,
got
Coach
Jake
Tyre.
Tyre show, the Judge Dryden show on Tuesday, and Chris Grooms
If
and
Judd will
Coach
still
Eddie.
come on with me after
I
going
know,
big
he
time
might.
on, he was
Yeah.
so good on 104.5.
He might have
He
signed
may have graduated.
How
from
did
might
you
us.
have
know
signed
he
a
was
big-
on 105?
big-
That could be somebody doing a voice impersonation.
Oh, that was definitely him.
That was him.
That was definitely Judd.
Guys, thanks for watching once again. Join us next week, same time, same place for Bedford County Sports Live.